To get started making our animal, we have our sketches. And right now I'm just looking at what I have on my screen, the photo of this ram. I've already kind of figured out the basic proportions. Whether I want to start with the body or the head or whatever is kind of up to me, but I have to think about size. So I know that this is supposed to be about 11 inches tall. So if the total thing is about 11 inches tall, that means each one of these sections, if I divide by 3, they're going to be probably a little less than 4 inches. Okay, we got a little extra on top. It might end up being just a tad bit bigger, and that would be fine. So if I think about that, how big is 4 inches? It just gives me a little bit of a reference point about how large I need to make each item. So if I start with, maybe I want to make the head first, I'm simply going to take some newspaper. And I don't want to start with too much at a time. It's better to start with one sheet. And I'm going to ball it up. And the ram's head was a little bit more of an oval shape, so I'll start kind of more oval, okay? And I also noticed it was bigger at the top than it was at the bottom. I'm going to crush this down nice and tight, trying to make it a little larger, and then the snout gets a little smaller. And I'm just going to use some masking tape to help me secure this. One thing that people like to do is they like to use tons and tons of masking tape, and you really don't want to go overboard because masking tape does not like to stick to itself. So if you make layers and layers, you're going to have a lot of issues. And it's designed that way because if masking tape stuck to itself, then we'd never be able to get it off the roll. So a couple of pieces kind of to get it secure. And then for speed's sake, I'm probably gonna stop there, but I would do a little more with this. I would scrunch it up a little tighter. I'd add a little more tape. If I felt like the tape was getting to be too much, I'd put more paper and tape together, okay? So I've got a head started. It's actually about 4 inches. I might need to crush it down a little bit more, okay? And then looking at what does the body look like? Okay, it's kind of this shape, and then it also needs to come up for the neck. When I'm attaching pieces together, I prefer to have pieces that kind of lead into each other. So with the head, I might wrap some paper around the head and then continue the paper down so that I can more easily, this can become the neck and become the body. Instead of making separate pieces and just trying to blunt attach them, this can start to become the neck, and then I can build off of that piece.